Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. I know we did. It's nice getting together as a family. Thank you, everyone. We got some more cards and gifts. Thank you so much. We appreciate it very much. And all the love and support. We appreciate it. We love you guys. We have the best viewers ever. And along those lines, thank you, all of you who have sent me information, letting me know about the Listen, Obey, and Be Blessed song. Now, I want to mention that if you go to YouTube, you can put the name of that song, and a bunch of them come up. Not just Jehovah's Witnesses, either. Some other churches have had kid choirs doing that song. If I remember right, one of them was like the Baptist Church Kids Choir or something like that. So, this shows that this song has been being used by other religions for a while now. I'm going to put the link down below to our website that has these documents. Yes, I found the documents for the court case filed in New York, United States District Court, Southern District of New York. Plaintiffs, Watchtower Bible Tract Society of Pennsylvania. See, they're the ones that hold the copyrights to all of this. Against BMG Rights Management, John Doe's 1 through 10, and XYZ Corporations 1 through 10, which means they have the option of suing anybody else involved in this. But they have filed a lawsuit. Watchtower's filed a lawsuit against the BMG Music Company of Alla Jones, trying to get an injunction for it to be stopped. I mean, let's face it, the album is already printed, it's already out, it's already been downloaded. My humble opinion, this is Watchtower trying to save face with the rank and file, because we know the rank and file were outraged. A lot of the Jehovah's Witnesses were defending Watchtower, and looking like a bunch of idiots without knowing the full story of what was going on. A lot of us ex-JWs did videos about it saying, what's up with this? This is really hypocritical. So there's just a couple of things I want to mention in these documents. I believe it's like 24 pages. Yeah, looks like 24 pages. Now, over on page 4 of the PDF, which would be page 5 of the documents, they mention, they're talking about the authorship to be used in conjunction with other religions or expressions thereof, does not allow its original works of authorship to be used in conjunction with the celebration of Christmas, a holiday that is not observed by Jehovah's Witnesses. So if it was any other album, would it be okay? I don't know. Watchtower's engagement in such activities would be viewed as antithetical to the Bible-based teachings and practices of Jehovah's Witnesses, and thus hypocritical, causing Watchtower to be viewed in a significantly negative light, including by millions of Jehovah's Witnesses worldwide. So this tells me that there was rank-and-file Jehovah's Witnesses calling in to headquarters asking about this. And I know some elders, even some female elders, were, wondering about this too. And they go on to say that, this is their original work, and Watchtower is the owner of the U.S. copy registration, and they have the registration number, effective May 8th, 2017, and how they are the owner of several other copyright registrations. This was interesting here on page 6, point number 22. Upon information and belief, BMG has derived substantial revenue valued at billions of dollars from sound recording and musical composition licensing, sales, and other exploitation in the United States and New York. Now we have, it's all about money. This one was interesting, point 38. Upon information and belief, BMG also reproduced, distributed, and publicly performed the composition in the infringing sound recording via CD and digital audio files via numerous third parties, including without limitation retailer and music streaming and download platforms such as Amazon, Apple Music, iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, Deezer, and Jones' own websites or links there too, including in the United States in this district and worldwide. Upon information and belief, BMG purported to authorize and provide license for BMG's affiliates, reproduction, distribution, and public performance of the composition in the infringing sound recording. Point number 41. Upon information and belief, BMG has received significant revenue from the sale and licensing of the composition in the infringing sound recording included in the United States in this district and worldwide. Number 42. Neither Watchtower nor any of its approved licensees has given BMG or Jones or any person or entity associated therewith permission to embody the composition in the infringing sound recording or to reproduce, distribute, or publicly perform the composition in the infringing sound recording or otherwise. Now this is where it gets interesting because this is the legalese about their copyrights. And I will admit right now that I don't understand totally about music copyrights. Now, if it's a book copyright, I have that down pat because, I had to learn that when I wrote my book back in 2001. Point number 44. Before the album was released, on behalf of Watchtower, Watchtower Bible Tract Society of Britain sent a letter to Jones' manager, putting Jones on notice that Watchtower was the owner of all copyrights in the composition, that the composition was registered with the Copyright Office, that Watchtower had not granted Jones permission to use the composition in any manner, and that Watchtower objected to Jones' recording and reproduction of the composition in the infringing sound recording. Upon information and belief, Jones' manager sent a copy of this letter to BMG before the album was released. So Watchtower knew before this album was even released what was going on. Point number 45. In response to Watchtower's demand letter, BMG UK has claimed that BMG purportedly obtained a license to record, reproduce, and publicly perform the composition in the infringing sound recording from a German collective rights society called GMA, which upon information and belief represents various copyright owners in licensing musical compositions for use in sound recordings and public performances. BMG has not provided any proof of its purported license from GEMA and instead has told Watchtower to contact GEMA directly. Neither Watchtower nor its approved licensees have given GEMA or any person or entity associated therewith or who licenses content thereto permission to embody the composition in the infringing sound recording or to reproduce, to distribute, or to publicly perform the composition in the infringing sound recording or otherwise. Thus, BMG could not have obtained any license to use the composition from GEMA. Okay, we're on page 11 of the document. Based on Watchtower's subsequent inquiries to GEMA upon information and belief, BMG attempted to obtain a license from GEMA to use the composition, but GEMA ultimately denied BMG's request since GEMA did not have the right to license the work. So, I just want to mention here that you can go to third-party, music licensing if you want to, do a song, and you can buy a license, and they have different, levels of, whether it's download or CDs or whatever. So it makes you wonder what made them think that GMA, you would be able to get a license through GMA, or why wouldn't you have that license, a done deal and official before, you put this on an album? I don't know. Also, in response to Watchtower's demand letter, BMG informed Watchtower that BMG's colleagues in the United States, namely BMG US, were in the process of obtaining a compulsory mechanical license to use the composition in connection with the infringing sound recording. See, they were trying to get the license, but they were in the process. They did not have the official license yet, which is kind of a big boo-boo on BMG's part, you know, before you issue an album. Number 49. However, neither BMG UK nor BMG US followed the statutory procedures necessary to obtain a compulsory mechanical license to use the composition in connection with the infringing sound recording. Without limitation, BMG did not serve a timely notice to intent. See, they're supposed to let Watchtower know what their intentions are. And Watchtower saying they didn't get notice. The date by which BMG would have been required to serve a notice of intent to obtain a compulsory mechanical license has now passed, which means Watchtower's not going to give them license at this point. Pursuant to 17 U.S. 115b4, the failure to timely and properly serve a notice of intent foreclosures the possibility of a compulsory mechanical license under Section 115, making defendants infringers under the Copyright Act. So because of this now, BMG, Aled Jones, all of them are infringers, copyright infringers. Okay, page 12. Point number 54. Jehovah's Witnesses and members of the public who believe mistakenly that defendants' use of the composition on the infringing sound recording were licensed or otherwise authorized by Watchtower have viewed and likely will view Watchtower in a negative light, including as hypocritical and engaging in activities antithetical to the teachings and practices of Jehovah's Witnesses, including a literal interpretation of the Bible. Just want to mention, Watchtower's been busted a few times for copyright infringement. They've used pictures from magazines and ads and stuff without permission, so they've been busted for this a few times too. But the thing is doesn't matter if we all view Watchtower in a negative light over this and being hypocrites, because there's so much other things that they're hypocritical about. You know, like on their website, jw.org. We don't shun family members. Yes, you do. Page 13, point number 55. Upon information and belief, defendants' infringing acts have caused and are likely to cause other Jehovah's Witnesses and members of the public to believe mistakenly that Watchtower is not enforcing its copyrights and protecting and supporting the efforts of Jehovah's Witnesses, contrary to its mission and purpose. These mistaken perceptions have also caused and are likely to cause those persons to view Watchtower in a negative light. No, your child abuse problem puts you in a negative light. Your failure to join the Australian redress scheme puts you in a negative light. Wherefore, plaintiff respectfully requests that this court enter judgment in plaintiff's favor and against defendants as follows: for preliminary and permanent injunction enjoining defendants and their agents, servants, employees, officers, directors, attorneys, blah, 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 with any of them from any further reproduction, copying, distribution, performance, or exploitation of the composition in the infringing sound recording. So is Watchtower going to go after that Baptist church now with having their kids' choir singing that song on YouTube? And all these other religions that are singing it? This is interesting. Award to Watchtower. Its actual damages incurred as a result of defendants' acts of copyright infringement, and all profits defendants realize as a result of such unlawful acts, and amounts to be determined at trial, or in the alternative, award to Watchtower at its election statutory damages pursuant to 17 U.S.C. number 504C, each with prejudgment and post-judgment interest thereon. Award to Watchtower pursuant blah 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 its cost and attorney's fees incurred as a result of defendant's unlawful acts. So what a good way for them to probably get a bunch of money, right? Especially if this is going to involve, millions and millions of dollars. So, yeah, Watchtower's pretty smart. Pretty smart. Why not go after someone that is, going after your copyright, because you might get a few bucks. And, but look at how many have been downloaded, and all of us have grabbed, that album and the song that's on YouTube. All of us have grabbed it. So it's a little too late. But I'm sure they will be filing a copyright infringement with YouTube now, so those are all going to be taken down. So it's going to be interesting. Things are getting a little bit interesting. So anyway, sorry this is a bit long, but I hope you all have a wonderful week. Bye.